I've interviewed the stars of Sex and the City over the years on a number of occasions, and I can share this with you, chums, because it's our friendship group, our community. They're not friends. No, you're never ever friends on a big hit show like that. And that's because it was the same, actually, I don't mind telling you this, behind the scenes on the Universal lot of Desperate Housewives. I mean, anything like that, you just, in this modern age, it's a bunch of women and men all fighting for supremacy, all fighting for headlines, screen time, how big's the name, all that sort of stuff. And this is the problem when you have a show, because on the outside, and when you think about Sex in the City and when it started 25 years ago plus now, it was revolutionary because you're talking to camera, you've got a voiceover. The thing I always found hilarious, I don't know about you, is the fact that she lived in this fabulous apartment, meanwhile just writing one column a week. Right, that must be fabulous because it doesn't work like that in the real world. But this, of course, was Sarah Jessica Parker, SJP. And she's now just, well, how can you put this nicely? Yeah, she's closed down her shoe brand. The reason is nobody was buying it, Oh, it's time to have a rethink. No, love, nobody was buying the expensive stillies, so you've had to close it down. But of course, in the recent couple of years, they've decided to climb back with the And Just Like That, which is a reboot of Sex in the City, minus, in my opinion, the best person on the screen, which was, of course, the character played by Samantha and Kim Cattrall, a lovely lass from Liverpool originally. And what was interesting about that was what we found out, which we all knew really behind the scenes, particularly if you work in this industry, is that the girls couldn't stand each other, right? And it was only when the last movie, the big screen epic, when that bombed, really, that's when it all sort of fell apart, because Sarah Jessica Parker is the executive producer of the show, which means nothing, but has a bit of a controlling factor. And now they've got a big problem with another one of the, and I use this term loosely, stars, Cynthia Nixon. Let me explain. How are you? You all right? Thank you so much for your time today. Now, I don't know about you, I don't watch this new show. I have to be honest. I only see the clips and, if I'm looking and I can't be bothered. You sort of move on. It's a bit like when they talk about Desperate Housewives and you think, I wouldn't want to watch that now. That was then. You just move on. The reason why we like great shows like Bonanza or Stagecoach West or something like that, I like all of those, don't you? But they're just great programs, aren't they? You can watch them again and again, and there's no foul language in them, there's no shocking factor, and they're just good stories. I mean, that's what really television should be about, entertaining you. Just Like That came back, and just like that, it's been an utter disaster. Very bad ratings, doesn't rate particularly well, but they've continued to make the show. Why? Well, it's the ad revenue and the endorsements that actually fund the show. The people, the brands that, they give them to, that's exactly how they make the money. You get the picture again. But it's things like this, you see. Cynthia Nixon, who plays, is it Miranda? Yeah, well, she apparently is now putting the show, and as ever I have to say allegedly, well, she's putting the show in a bit of a dilemma with things like this. Yes, wearing a hat like this. This has literally created huge problems behind the scenes at the production team, at least, of the programme moving forward, and the backers and the channel. Now, this is Cynthia, of course, who came out and did something else and all that sort of stuff. And then on top of all of that, I don't know whether it's a son or a daughter, I don't know what they're coming under now. They're on a hunger strike for Gaza or something like that. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing's a mess, right? But of course, if you lose another one of the main characters, what do you do? Now, I've been told from an excellent source who works on the show that Cynthia has been given a stern warning. All very nice, but, she knows you can't run Sex in the City just on two people, right? So consequently, she has the power. But it's things like this, and I've often said this, haven't I, chums, on the show, that once you get political, it becomes problematic because it now impacts on other people's lives. Forget the stars. Think about the extras, the background staff, the writers, the producers, the coordinators, the studio team. That's exactly what Cynthia is doing, blowing this apart and apparently not apologising also into the bargain. So when you think about it, if you did like Sex in the City, very quickly, and to coin a phrase, and just like that, well, it could be the end. And it's all thanks to pictures like this. Neil Shawn, Kensington, London.